Okay, we are live. Boom. Let's go. Bruce, first in the chat. Nice. There we go. We get some booms. I try to boom other people rather than boom myself, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, especially the ladies. All right, so here we go on 7-Eleven. Used to be free Slurpee Day. I don't know if it still is on July 11th. Traditionally, if you've got a 7-Eleven near you, check it out. They are loading at Saratoga as we speak. We are loading at Saratoga. Thought about the three a little bit. Decimation. I didn't think the one or the three really had too much value. It was a pass for me anyway, so didn't miss anything there. They are off and rolling in this 5.5 furlong dirt sprint for 2-year-olds, maiden specials, and 3 and the 2 got out to a fast start. They're rolling at Saratoga. Be covering, I guess, the kind of the same main tracks. Although I don't see, but I'm not doing Ellis today. I'm doing Indy instead of Ellis. Just a decision that you have to make. You can't. There's only limits so many tracks I can carry at once. At any rate, I don't think we're missing too much at Ellis as far as I'm seeing here. At least early on. I'm going to try to cover some Colonial today. I'd mentioned before, weeks before, that we would get into Colonial at some point sooner or later. Not crazy about their dirt races, but their turf races are very competitive. So I'm going to take this one. Okay. Ellis Park. Yeah, I don't even have Ellis on my. I don't know why. Sometimes I don't get tracks on my feed or on my. I don't get fast performance. So I'm supposed to get everything every day, but sometimes. And Ellis is, I guess, off the turf anyway. So yeah, nothing missed there. I'm kind of 6 or half a dozen. So I did hear Razor said that Gilly's going to be back next week or tomorrow, so that's good. Gilly's back on Sundays. I will be here. I'll be doing the show next Saturday also. Then the following Saturday, I won't be doing the show. I'll be on the road at Del Mar. So got a live tournament down there that I want to do. I've done, I think, for like the last 6 or 7 years in a row. So there's that. Everybody goes. The wife, the kids, everybody. Everybody's not going to miss a trip to San Diego in the middle of this sweltering heat we're in right now. Well, let's see. Now we got Indy coming up here. Indy race 2. We'll look see on that one. I thought Indy had a decent card today. Not even so much like the Indy Derby. They left it. They left right now. Everything's on the turf, which is good. But I can't tell if it is continuing to rain. They showed the first race, and it looked like it was getting sunny. But I don't know like what's coming up for them. All right, so we got 1 minute to Indy. I don't have really time to go through all these horses. So I'm going to. Man, my throat. My throat was killing me last week. So I couldn't even hardly talk. I need to get this over here. This is fighting me now. Oh, come on, ADWs. All right, we're back. All right. I thought about the 4 VSOP. I think he's just a little bit underpriced for me. But he's close. He's close, so I'm not gonna shame anybody that might have that one. But the one horse that I liked was the 6 Tay. I I like the work. I like the pedigree. It's a good mix here. I don't have a real problem with the jockey either. So I'm gonna include Tay for sure. Wasn't crazy about the chalk, which was the 7 Rocket Hoss. I thought he was a little bit underpriced also. And then Hedge, kind of the same thing. Although Hedge is one that's kind of on the borderline too. But I'm not gonna ultimately take. So I just have one bet here, Tay, to win. I thought that offered some value. It looks like the rain is holding off. I can't tell if that's rain or not. It's hard to tell. If it is raining, it's not raining hard. At Indy. This race is not scheduled for the turf, so I think that's a good thing. But I'm going to take Ellis out of everything. That'll kind of clean it up. Monmouth first had 8 horses in it, which is coming up in 6 minutes. That's the next one I'm going to look at. I didn't really see too much in the Delaware second. It was a 5-horse field. For the most part, I'm not going to be doing anything less than probably 6. Probably won't really handicap those. We'll go with the races that got a little bit more field size and that. Again, I'm on the 6, Tay. at Indy Race 2. Then I'm sort of peeking ahead here at the Monmouth Race 1. We got 3 minutes to Monmouth opener also. It seemed like they had rain all over the Northeast earlier in the week, even yesterday. I don't know if I see a lot in the first at Monmouth. I mean, possibly the one radar loop. Yeah, maybe the one or the two radar loop or sushi in there. No, the four doesn't look too bad either. Maybe the 1-2-4 exacta box. Although the favorite on the outside doesn't look too bad, other than the odds. I don't really have too much against them, really. It's kind of a wide open race. I'd have to go 1-2-4, and then if you had to throw in the fourth one, maybe throw in the 9. But so this is a mile and a 16th on the turf, and so the 9 is starting out way on the outside there. So, all right, Indy, the 4 VSOP wins. Where was Tay? I didn't watch the race. I was looking at Monmouth. Like 4 had the lead at the top of the stretch and held on. The 9 made a run. The 1 made a little run in the. That's not the 1. That's the 8. Yeah. Well, Tay didn't do much, did he? Unless he had some speed early in the race, because he wasn't there at the end at all. But the 4 VSOP wins pretty easily, actually. Man. Like I said, Delaware, I wasn't really going to bother with a 5-horse field in the second. Go over to Monmouth. They're about 3 minutes from post time, I think. There. Okay, I got that re-add. Gulfstream here. Gulfstream is off the turf today, by the way. Gulfstream is off the turf. This race, the second race, was never scheduled for the turf, so it's on the dirt track for maiden specials going 6 furlongs. Let's see. Take a look at the odds here one more time for Monmouth. If I can get over there. They're around behind the starting gate at Monmouth now. Uh, oh, they are? Oh, okay. All right, Bruce. You know, they didn't advertise it this year like they have in the past about the Slurpees. We got Cleveland Pops in there. Nice. Nicholas Handy. Don Johnson. Don's in the house. Let's go. Like I said, I did 1, 2, 4 exacta box here at Monmouth. 1, 2, 4. I decided against the 9. I thought I had a little bit too much to overcome here at that short price. A 2-1. It's on the outside, which isn't great. It's not. It's not the kiss of death or anything. But at 2-1, I just don't want to deal with that. So I just thought there was better value on the interior here, on the inside. And they are off at the opener at Monmouth Park. We got about 5 minutes until Gulfstream Race 2, it looks like. And then we got about the same time, maybe a little more at Colonial Race 2. Let's see if I had anything marked for Gulfstream. Gulfstream. The 9 is in second last. The 1 is running pretty good. The 4 is right there in fourth. The 8's leading the way with the 7. Not the fastest pace, but they're not crawling either. 7's taking over the lead now. Shook off I think it was the 8. 8's done. 8 plummeted to last. The 9's trying to get going, but he's way back. We got the 4 there. That's our 4. Can we get somebody else here? The 1's making a nice run here with the 9. The 4 is taking over the lead. That's your winner, I think. The 9, I think, is going to run belatedly into second. So it comes in 4, 9. Yeah, the 9. It was almost. I didn't think it was a great bet. I thought it was like the 4th best option in the race if you were going to go that deep into it. So 9 did have a pretty good stretch kick there to get into second. The 9 went wide. I mean, the 4 went wide in the stretch. I mean, yeah, the stretch went out in the middle of the track. I don't know for any particular reason, other than just maybe lucked out. It was getting tired, but then did hold on for the win. Looked like the 1 was going to get second, but the 9 just outfinished him. All right, so turn the page. I mean, you got the second favorite or the favorite there, so you know, it's a winner, but you know, not life-changing money. All right, so Gulfstream race 2. Let's see here. Gulfstream race 2. They are finally getting to the gate and loading here. And I gotta start using my screens better. Okay. I thought the 3 was pretty legit favorite here, although I'm not really crazy about the betting option on it. It's short. I think this horse goes off at close to even money. He's working well. He's got nice speed, but he does look like about a 45% chance of winning. Stick talk. They're loading in at Gulfstream as we speak. Then after Gulfstream, we got Colonial Race 2 coming up. So we got these races coming along pretty quick. Kind of take it slow at Colonial, I believe. I don't have a lot of data on it, so we'll see. Work rating there is one thing that has been working for the last 6 or 7 years. Pretty good for like bombs, and I think in Colonial it's kind of similar from what I've seen to like Turfway, where you gotta kind of think big at that particular track. Like, I mean, you know what I mean? Think big as far as like your odds. You don't want to take short prices. I don't think, at least on the turf course, which is fine. That's what I really like, anyways. That's kind of my game. I try to take big prices, you know, but I just don't take you know, that just to take a price. I usually have to have a reason. Usually, what I've seen is the reason is usually based upon the works. When they get down there, a lot of these horses ship in from Laurel up in Charlestown, and they kind of come alive. You know, when they get down to Virginia, maybe it's fresh air or different surroundings, or I don't really know. But I've seen a lot of horses change form there when they get down to Colonial. Maybe You know what? Probably what it is the change in temperature. I think it's cooler there than maybe where that came from. All right, they are off at Colonial. I guess my point is if they do like it down there, it usually shows up in their work pattern. So you get a little heads up before the race in that way. I think when I was talking about the similar to Turfway is the running lines when they come from Churchill over to Turfway are almost useless. You almost don't even want to look at the running lines because that form doesn't really transfer over to the Tapeta, and running in the cold at Turfway versus running in the warm uh, Churchill Downs and Colonial seems to be kind of the same. They go to Colonial and they show work there and a decent work versus what they have been running at wherever they came from. That's usually a sign that they're usually going to perk up and run much improved effort. So you can catch big prices that way. All right, we are running at Churchill. I mean at Colonial. Looks like the seven's gonna win. I don't even see the odds here. Seven was 12-1. Fluffy. Let's see. I didn't even have a pick there. Like I said, I am just kind of putting my toe into the water here at Colonial. Uh, Fluffy. Yeah, I mean his form cycle was tops. So like on HTR, his work pattern was better. It was improved from the last time, but it wasn't super great or anything. But yeah, this horse turned it around today. Really good price, 12-1. I mean, you can almost say, like in those turf races, I think it would be profitable in itself if you just kind of hook shot the favorite in the trash can, and then you start handicapping. I think like like that's another thing, kind of similar to Turfway too. It's kind of wild, a lot of chaos there. It's maddening, I think, at sometimes because it's like, wow, that doesn't make any sense at all. Sometimes, and sometimes it really doesn't. There's really you can't find a reason why the big prices horses score there. All right, we'll monitor it. Like I said, I'm just kind of getting some data on Colonial. I have some data from previous years, and it has kind of indicated that work pattern is the is really the column that has the highest ROI. And I'll try to shout out the top three in works as we go through these, at least for the turf races at Colonial. Okay, so next race we got Saratoga 3. They're just now coming out onto the track at Toga. We got the 7 at Toga supposed to be a runner. Okay. Whenever I hear that, I think over bet, and 19 out of 20 times I'm right. And this horse is over bet, in my opinion. Done 5-2, whereas I had this horse priced at like 8. So I mean, he could be a runner. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying he's not a runner. He's just getting hammered at the window. Almost every time whenever something says that, I talked about a big sale price Baffert horse that ran at Lowe's Owl like a couple weeks back, and guy came up to me over at the race book. He goes, "Oh yeah, look at this horse," and I was like, "Man, that that horse." I was like thinking in myself, that horse is gonna get just absolutely hammered at the window, and it was, but it did win. But it was like I thought it should have been around 5-2, and the horse won. I think it was at 4-5 or 3-5, something like that. So yeah, you're right. He's probably has some really nice attributes to him. I mean, I'm assuming pedigree, right? So this is a 2-year-old race, 2-year-old fillies. The 7 Ariel. The work pattern is number one right there. He's got or she's been working like a champ. Although the pedigree, I'm not saying it's bad, but for this field, it's sixth ranked according to Equibase. Cyberknife. Oh no, oh, I'm sorry. We're talking about Ariel Affair with Flightline. Flightline, I believe, is a freshman sire. He's only got 3 starts that I show. Uh, and the mom's not really a great runner or not runner, broodmare particularly. I don't show. Love Con. So I mean, yeah, this horse could be fine. It could be fine. I'm just not sure. I guess I would say it's been working really nicely going into the race, and that's probably why the 5-2 at the window. Let's take a look at what I like here. And I had that horse marked. I had a mark from last night, the 7 first timer. So yeah, caught my eye. The works for sure, but I'm priced out. I'll be honest with you. I'm just priced out on it. The 5 is probably deserves to be favored, but does he deserve to be 6-5? No, no way. I thought this race was kind of competitive. Honestly, I thought this race was all right. Thinking about the 8 here though, eight eight's working good, very good. Um, big price. You know, in the parimutuel game, right? You got one horse that's like just getting hammered at the window versus like somebody else. Then that means somebody else is probably going to be overpriced. That's kind of like a seesaw, right? Yeah, I think a little bit on the 8. I'm not crazy about it either. From a betting standpoint. But to make a long story short here, I think I would take the 2 and the 3 here. I don't. I think they got value. 2 and 3, and then the 6. I go 2-3-6 here at Saratoga. 2-3-6, and then maybe the 8. But the 2-3-6 are my top 3. Oh, come on now, computer. 2-3-6. I mean, I know it's a contrarian pick, but that's kind of what I do. Yeah, that I'm probably going to regret not putting the 8 in there. Honestly, I'm going to cover the 8 on the win side. Christopher Vetter in this 7-horse field. The two, let's see, the 235 got out. They are kind of there's like two groups here. You got the 235, and then you got like a 2 length gap to the 6-7-4-8. Now the 3 is just giving up. Hot Fries was up there. Now he just dropped out the last. He dropped out so fast. It's almost like he maybe had a little injury or something. Unfortunately, that's what it looked like. The 5 has got the lead. That is your favorite. 7's made a nice move to move into second. But the 5, it looks like he's gone here. Somebody else looks like they're going to pick up second from the 7. Looks like the 4. The 4-horse. It's going to be 5-4-7. Yeah, 5-4-7 at Saratoga. Yeah, I think the 3 might have gone wrong there a little bit. Oh, they were riding him out. They rode him out. I don't know why, really. Because he really dropped back fast. Whenever I see that, I think suspensory or something like that. Obviously, not a broken bone or anything like that, but maybe a ligament issue. All right. It's not surprising. I just think the 5 was a little over bet too, and then I wasn't going to get involved with 6-5 anyways. So it wasn't for me. 8 made a little bit of ground up at the end. He didn't show any speed particularly, which is disappointing. The 7 made a nice move on the turn. That horse does have some upside for sure. He was at the end. He was really exhausted though. But this is his first race. He could build off of that. I don't know if he's like a stakes horse though. He's made special. If he drops in a maiden claimer, he's super dangerous there for sure. All right, let's go to. We got Indy coming up. The Indy coming up. We got Colonial third in 14 minutes. I had 3 baseball games that I like today. I like the White Sox, Astros, and Guardians. Not in any particular order. I think I like them all kind of the same. I bet them all the same. I will. Two mice and a wool sock? Oh, I hadn't heard that one. The one I hear all the time is hotter than a rooster in the hen house. That's the one I always hear. That's real country. We got Dylon. Dylon. Yeah, Dylon. See, I stuck up for you, man, yesterday. And you're on the fantasy football. I said, Dylon won't be that bad. I used to be really good at fantasy football, but I haven't played in 10 years. So, 'cause I switched over to like a picks thing I do with Sean. If you want to get into that, I suggest you. Actually, I put a invite out for everyone when it comes time. Usually, do it like right after the. It's just you just put in like I think it's 5 picks a week against the points, and we have like a first half. It's not big stakes. I don't even remember how much it is. I think it's like for the season. I think it's like I don't want to say, but I think it's like 300 or 400 bucks. Something like that. Anyways, all right. So let's go to Indy. I've been doing that more than fantasy. My fantasy group dissed me. They just they said we're not having the league anymore. And then they had the league. I found out later. They just because there was no league for me anymore. I was kind of like, what? I thought I kind of hurt at the time. I was like, because guys I used to work with years ago. Because I'd won back-to-back years, and I'd been in the league for like 12 years, and I never had one. I had some seconds and thirds, but then they then I won back-to-back, and I guess I was supposed to be the sucker. When it wasn't the sucker, then it was like, well, you got to go. Oh well. I did even when I was winning it. I didn't even enjoy it really. I just don't. I don't know. It's not my cup of tea. But if you know Sean Higgs, he has a show also. I highly suggest you watch it. I try to watch it every morning. It comes along basically right after Ramon's uh, show. Different network though. He has his own network. I see some of the people in the chat over here. I see like Stop Geo's in that chat a lot. Which you'll I haven't seen too much on the horse racing one, but okay. So Indy, I'm sorry. I do like the one here at Indy Tiva. I like that one. I like the two. The five is the obvious favorite, although I don't think he's a great bet at 6 to 5. So let's go one and two. I think more one Tiva. Let's see. Yeah, Tiva. Take Tiva. See what we can do here. Um, I will say one thing. Everything it seems like I bet at Indy gets CAW'd at the end. I usually like if it's 11 right now. I think that horse probably drops to 8, something like that. Let's be honest. It just seems that way. Not all tracks are like that. Like my Saratoga, Gulfstream, Monmouth, Woodbine, and Parks, they all pretty much hold their odds pretty well. But see, I keep track of that really closely. Not Delmar, Delaware, Laurel, Evangeline, and Indy are ones that seem to drop a lot. I get CAW'd. So it's like half the tracks. So, but I do keep track of that. I follow that pretty closely because it can really eat into your profits. I didn't have anything for Monmouth race 2. It's 5 field, I believe. I was gonna take a look at Delaware 3rd. They are off at Indy. Delaware 3rd has got 4 horses in there, so I'm gonna skip that. I don't like part of that one. And then that takes us to Colonial. I'll try to call a little bit of the Indy. 2's got out. He ended up at 2-1. The one horse is not running real well, although he's pretty far back. He's moving into 3rd at least. He's showing a little life at the rail, but he's got a lot of work to do to catch up to this 2 and 5 that are got out to about a 7 or 8 length lead over the rest of the pack. One is coming on, however, he's cutting into it. He still probably has another 5 lengths to catch the 2 horse. Even if I can get it from per second, which I don't think is going to happen, that would be all right because I could take a 2-1 exacta. But the 1 will be lucky if he gets 3rd. It's going to be 2-5, I think 3, 2-5-3 at Indy final. I did like the 2. I just didn't play the 2 straight. I only played the 2 and the 1, and I bet the 1 on the win bet because that had decent odds. I was right about the odd shift though. The 1 ended up dropping down to 8, which is worth nothing really, other than just the knowledge of it. All right, so we're over to woke is joke. You know what is woke is Disney. Jesus Christ. Dude, every movie they put out, just like, oh, terrible. I haven't even looked at they put out this Moana movie. I haven't even, the new one yesterday. And I usually don't really care about movies too much, but let's see. And I go by the IMDb rating generally. It's usually the best indicator. Oh, no, that's the original one. The original got a 7.6. I just see some of the reviews are not positive here. I don't even know what the name of this. I know it's Moana, but what the heck's the name of it? I know it's just called Moana again. Reviews. I didn't mind the first one, Moana. But that's been 10 years, I guess. Jeez. I didn't think it would take this long to find the review for it. Maybe it's awful. That's why they're hiding the review. Yeah, I can't even find the review for it. Okay, Moana. Oh, here we go. Moana 26. Oh, yeah, it's bad. 5.6. Everything Disney does is terrible lately. I don't think they've had one that's above 6. And 6 isn't even worth going to the theater for. All right, let's go take a look at Colonial 3rd. And I said I was going to try to call out some of these work rating. I was gonna call it the work ratings at Colonial. So it comes up with the six horse honey something or other, and then the 3, which is night something, and then the 8. The 6, the 8 and the 6 are kind of short prices. That doesn't do us much good. The 3 horse got a little odds. It's one of the 2 first timers in here. This is a 6 furlongs on the dirt. Honey drop. I don't know. I was thinking maybe a little bit of honey drop, but maybe. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not really sharp. My numbers really aren't sharp at Colonial at this point. But if I had, I guess, the proverbial gun to my head, I'd probably take the 6. The 3, yeah, that was one that had work pattern there too. Maybe I would take the 3. 3 might be my top pick. Night Cheetah. I'm gonna take a little bit on that. Night Cheetah. He kind of checks most of the boxes that what has been winning at the prices at this particular track. It's 3rd ranked in work rating. Actually, no, it's 2nd in work rating, 3rd in pedigree. I think this horse is all right. It's oh no, I'm looking at that wrong. I don't know the trainer Rodriguez and something or other. Fuentes, maybe? Oh, Fune Mayor. Luis Fune. I don't know that jock either. Not familiar with that dude. Yoel Fuenmayor. I do not know that one. Anyways, they're loading in. Like I said, I took a little bit on the 3 here. Like I said, it's just a track I'm just sort of dipping my toe into. I'm not really making any big bets there. I'm just trying to make some little smaller bets to get a feel for it. They are off. The 2 bounced out nice. The 2 and the 8 at Colonial. The 3 and the 6 were the 2 horses I was looking at, and the 6 I didn't even take. I took a little on the 3, but both of them are way back there. They're like last and second last. The 6 is showing some speed. Oh no, the 6 was. I'm confused. Oh, the 8. 8's got the lead. 8's got the lead. 8, 7, which are the 2 betting favorites. I got to run 1, 2. Yeah, there's definitely something to the surface switch there. Like the turf races are much more chaotic in their prices. All right, we got Woodbine race 2 in 1 minute. Uh, I didn't see much here. I think the two, which is 2 to 1, is quite a bit better than anybody else in here. Secret Load. I think he, I think he kind of towers like maybe 45% chance of winning. The thing is though, the two is not going to be 2 to 1. The two probably even money or even less when they pop the gate, in my opinion. If you could lock in 2 to 1, which I don't know anybody, even like I see like Betfair, they have them at like 7 to 5. Uh, yeah, if you could lock in 2 to 1, yeah, I would do that, but I don't, it's not available as far as I know. Otherwise, it's a pass. It's a pass for me. Woodbine, Gulfstream third was a pass. Also, this was a 5 horse field. Wasn't going to really mess around with anything less than 6 horses in the race. What else we got? Gulfstream, Woodbine, and then we got Saratoga third coming. It's been kind of nice. We've had kind of a faster pace today of races. Wally. Good afternoon, Wally. Yeah. I live here. Oh, you live in Orlando? I went there in January. I'd never been to Orlando before. Yeah. I guess if you got little kids, I my kids kind of like grew out of Disney, going to Disney pretty early, like before they got even into high school. They just sort of weren't doing it. Oh, here we go. I just noticed the okay, gang's all here, baby. Yeah. Reddick, Hokivar, Busher, and yesterday at Bovada. Okay. You know what? I don't know. I don't know if they even have a book that takes NASCAR anymore. Got it right. Oh, the series. Oh, Quaker owner. Oh no, I do, I do. I see it now. They don't. Hmm. Yeah, not every place offers NASCAR betting. England and Norway. Yeah. There's Wally's Toga. Yeah. Let's do Toga. Let's do it. And then we got Indy 4 after that. Okay. Yeah. Let's skip the Woodbine. Let's go to Toga, and then Indy 4 is a nice race too. It's a maiden special on 8.5 on the turf. Got a bigger field there too. This race here at Toga's only got 6 in it, but we'll take a look at it regardless. Uh, the one looks fine. The he's right. He's at 4-1. I had him priced a little lower than 4-1. I had him priced like 3.5. So definitely a play there. I like the 5 a little bit. Army Gal at 4-1. I had him priced a little under that. So like the 1 and the 5, I kind of had basically the same, and they're kind of the same on the board. If I had to give one, I'd probably say the 5. I like a little better from a betting standpoint. The So go 5-1. The 6 is the favorite. This horse must have got hammered in the doubles pool because I see on DRF projected odds they got him at 1-2. So somebody liked him. Somebody liked him that hit the race in the second, which was the chalk. Somebody went chalk heavy. There was a 2 in the second race. They buried the 5, and they buried the 5 to the 6 horse here. I mean, I shouldn't say somebody. Somebody's, I imagine, it was a group or something. At any rate, there's a whole bunch of money in that double, and I think like the double to the 6 is super low. Which I don't feel like that's indicative of the 6 really having a better chance to win from my numbers that I've tracked. So I would go 5-1 here. 5-1 at Toga. 5-1 Toga in the third. Yeah. Yep. That's what I do. I'll do. I'm not gonna jump in heavy here, but that's gonna be my bet. I'll box the 5 and the 1, and I'll post that up here second I get it done. All right. Back to box. Slurpee Day 2026. Small Slurpees are free today at 7-Eleven. Okay. That's what I got. But I will say I did like the 5 a little better. But now the 5 little shorter price. So and let me post up my baseball here. I'll put them in the time order. So okay. I posted them up. My baseball picks there. Pale Hose, Tribe, and the H-Town Cheaters. That's who I took today. If you know, you know. All right, so we are loading at Saratoga here. And then it brings us to about 8 minutes to Indy. Oh, Linda Rice. She's a cheater. She got caught cheating, and they didn't even punish her. They were going to punish her, then they didn't. And we are off at the spa. 2 bounced out on the lead. We got the 6, the favorite, running in second. The 5, Army Gal, is about a length back in third. And then the 1 next on stage is in fourth, about length back. And then another 2 lengths back to the 3. And then about 4 more lengths back to the 4, which is completely out of it. The 1 is now making a move. The 5 has made a move up to the lead, I believe, Army Gal. So we're looking good in our exacta. 1 is swept by all of them. If we can get the 5 to hold on for second here, we'll be in tall cotton. 1-5 right now as we speak, but it is super close for second. And the 6 kind of came back to bust up our exacta. Damn. So we got the win bet on the 1, which does cash at 4-1. But the 6 was super determined to bust up our exacta and did the chalk. So 1, 6. I think Wally. Did Wally have it? Wally. Yes, Wally cashes. Good job, Wally. He had a 1-4-6 try. Got the exacta, no try. My 5 rounded out the trifecta. And the 3, actually, I was going to say distant fourth, but not. It's actually a neck back. Kind of snuck up there. I didn't even catch a 3 until the very end. Well, 5 broke bad. He was completely surprised by this start. All right. Let's get on over to Indy on their, probably the biggest day of their meet, I suppose. Big day at Indy. They are still in the paddock. At Indy. And then you got Monmouth after that. The Monmouth got 6 horses in it. So I might take a look at that, depending on how this time shapes up. Indy. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Indy. So I think everyone has run in this Indy race, even though it's a maiden special. I'll check that again here in a second. Hold on. I think everyone's got running lines, as I remember. Yeah, I show everyone having run before. There's no first timers in this maiden special, mile and 16th on the turf. Although, take a look at it. They are on the track now. They're going to run it on the turf. I believe this is the first turf race of the day at Indy, I think. It's not a firm turf course right now. I can tell you that. It's pretty wet. I got to find this race. Okay, here it is. All right. I just want to double check that. Okay, so they are running on the turf. Okay, good. Okay. I wasn't totally convinced until they actually got out there. Um, so I got like the 1, 2, 3. I think I'm gonna do that exacta box. 1, 2, 3 at Indy. Um, Indy race 4. Indy race 4. That's what I got. I thought the 8 was like I had a price at 12-1. I don't see a 3-1 or 5-2 on that horse at all. Maybe I'm wrong. That's the way I saw it. That was my pricing. One, two, three. Private text. Yeah. So it's got decent pedigree. Actually, second in the field, the one horse. Not working that great though. That's the only thing. But I still like him at that price. I think he goes up. Yeah, I think he goes up. Love to. It's a 2 horse. He's top pedigree in here. Nothing wrong with that. He's working a little better than the 1. And then the 3. The 3 is working pretty good. I got like 1, 2, 3 in pedigree, basically. Well, no, I don't. I got 1, 2. All right. The two's coming down in price pretty sharply. The two, 1, 2, 3. Lucky Dan. Yeah. I don't know where this three's going to end up. He might end up kind of short. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. All right, I'll roll with it. 1, 2, 3 is what I got. I would be surprised. I would genuinely be a little bit surprised if the 8 won this race, even though I think he's a second choice or almost favorite. But I've been surprised before. But okay, Indy Race 4. They are crossing over to the turf course. Still quite wet there. We'll keep it moving. I said I'd look at Monmouth third. Delaware. What's going on in Delaware? Delaware, we got 5-horse field. I am not going to even bother with that. Monmouth. I would love to play some Delaware today because Delaware, I think I got something figured out there. But they just don't have any horses running today. It's got like 4-horse field, 3-horse fields. Can't do that. Let's go look at Monmouth. I keep saying that. Monmouth. The one is your rightful favorite there. He's probably 45% chance of winning. It's not an endorsement to bet necessarily. I think the 4 is a decent bet. Tack it tap or tacit tap. Didn't see a whole lot else. I maybe the 4. I go 4-1, maybe exacta. It's a 6-horse field, so it's tough to really get more than 2 horses. Otherwise, you're really like half the field, so you don't want to do that. Maybe a little 4-1 exacta at Monmouth. I'm gonna totally skip Delaware 4th. Go on, take a look at Colonial 4th. This is a turf race, I believe. So I did what, like I said, I wanted to take a look at those turf races. It looks like we have some first timers in there also, so that should add to the chaos at Colonial. Right, they are off at Monmouth. Come on, load. Looks like the 2. Oh, the 4 was there. Yeah, he's kind of fading out now, though. 4 Tacit Tap was up, but didn't have it late. Looks like it's going to be a 2, and then I can't see who's getting second. I know the 5 got third. 2 something 5. Can't see it. All right, so Colonial. I told you I was going to shout out the work ratings top. That seems to be where the long shots come from. So I got the 9 Improbable was the top work rating, and then the 6 Little Something, and then the 8 Forget Something. So we got the 968, 968, 968 at Colonial, and 968, and let's get on over there. I feel like they're running pretty fast at Colonial. Yeah, so oh yeah, I like the 6 a lot. Little Boss Man. I mean, I like him as much as I can. I'm not gonna make big bets at Colonial. I'm just not that confident in my numbers yet. The 9, I think I'll pass on. I just maybe I'll regret it. But let's take a bet on the 6, Little Boss Man. At Colonial, the 6, Little Boss Man. See if we can catch a bomber here at Colonial. I think it's Kent, Virginia, is where that is, or New Kent, Virginia. Never been to that part of the country. I think if I went there, I would go in the summer, like now, and check out this racetrack. I like to go to that. I like to go to that track, and then I always wanted to go to Kentucky Downs. Both of them seem like places to go. And then what's next? Gulfstream Race 4 after Colonial. Yeah, yeah. Edwards Field in the 4th at Gulfstream. Looks warm there though, Virginia. I don't know what the actual temperature is. It's probably humid all over the East Coast. The way it had that rain and now it's heating up. Okay, we are loading at Colonial. The greatest Virginia bred of all time. Probably the greatest horse of all time, right? Really, anywhere. Secretariat was a Virginia bred. It's like the only Virginia bred I could ever name. All right. Then we got Gulfstream Race 4, but they're still in the paddock there. They look like they're loaded up at Colonial. Start getting into some better races at Saratoga and Woodbine coming up. And like I said, Gulfstream next race has 8 races. There's that. I have a tournament today, later on. But I don't think it's going to affect my time here because I don't think it really pops off until like 1 o'clock Pacific. But let me double check that. All right, we are off at Colonial. Coming down the stretch, it looks like the 3-horse Karate Island and the 1-7. The 6, I think, was up there because I saw the number on the board, but I didn't see the first half of the race. So I see the 6 now in the run out. It comes in 3 crushed them. Karate Island. Well, that's a beautiful turf course they got there at Colonial. It looks immaculate. Some of these turf courses look chewed up, especially like fairgrounds when they run it. It always looks chewed up. All right. Well, we are. Yeah, the tournament. My first race in the tournament I'm in doesn't start till the 7th at Saratoga, so I'll go probably right up to that, or even a little beyond. I'll be here for another, I don't know, hour and a half, something like that, 2 hours. All right, so we got Gulfstream Race 4. Let's take a look at it. It's a 6-horse here, Loyalist. I don't know. I thought I would get a big price on him. It says here it's 14-1. That's awful. That's I was hoping like 30-ish. So maybe I was dreaming, about that. Uh, Sometimes it's hard to really figure out where these horses are actually going to go off at. That's a skill in itself. I kind of like the 7 a little bit, Lioness Lillian. I mean, why not? So it's got speed. He's working good. It's got pedigree. He's a Jockey ROI strong on this horse. Uh, this indicates that the artificial is his preferred surface, which I'm not sure if it's from the running lines or from the pedigree. But either way, this is his preferred surface. The Tapita. So I thought he's worth a shot. He's 20-1. Or she probably. Yeah. Linus Lillian. It's not my strongest play, but I think this horse got a lot of attributes to it. I guess it got speed, pedigree, and works. It's kind of the well, it is that's the trifecta of ROI. Those are always the top three factors that win out year in and year out. Okay, so they are half loaded at Gulfstream. I'm gonna save my work. And then we got Saratoga and 5. Been a little chalky today, I think, right? Except for we had Colonial Fluffy was like 12-1, which I didn't have. So we got Toga 4, and then I'm showing Woodbine, but I don't see Woodbine anymore. Oh, Woodbine third. Oh, I missed that one. I missed it. It was a 5-horse field. Yeah. I wanted to actually just take a look at it if I could. All right, so we got Gulfstream, and they are off at Gulfstream. Getting ready for the 4th at Saratoga. So I'm not going to call the race at Gulfstream. But the 7 did grab the lead. I don't know if they'll be able to hold it. They're coming at him pretty strong right now. It shows some speed though, at least. Hopefully, he can maybe fight back here. We change leads. Yeah, the 2's gone by him. Restock. That looks like a Rapoli horse. Yeah, 7. 7 didn't run bad. He just didn't have what he needed in the stretch. This is coming 2-8-1. 2-8-1. That is like second favorite over favorite over third favorite. Yeah, kind of chalked out. Anyways, let's go to Toga. Toga race 4 coming up in 3 minutes. Saratoga Saratoga 4. Okay, get back here. This head. All right, this is a turf race. Eight furlongs, which is a mile on the turf. Let's figure this out. Okay. All right, let's go through them as quick as I can here. Let's see here. I'm just kind of going through these real fast. Kind of the horses I was looking at, which was like 5 of them, are completely overbet. I just don't want to take that. Let's go to Plan B then. Let's see. Plan B always has to be, higher prices if I'm really going to entertain a bet here. Huh. I don't know. I don't know in this one. I mean, the one horse, I guess, but I can't really get behind that short price. I don't know. What do you guys like? I honestly, I don't really have a play here at all, which is surprising. It's kind of a bigger field. Yeah, I no. Anybody else got something here? Yeah. Me too, a little bit. Yeah, he's a good guy. I met him when he came over to my house or the place I was renting at the time. How long was this? 5 years ago. Yeah, good dude, big dude. Probably 6'3", 6'4", but not like skinny either. Really big dude. Yeah, good guy. He's quiet. He's kind of a quiet guy. Anyways, yeah, the one, but one's not gonna get my money. I can tell you that. The four didn't look so bad, but that's not even an endorsement at all. I don't know. Don. You got me. This is one I'm rarely this like kind of like stumped. Yeah, I'm not against the four, but I don't know. 5-2. To me, the more I look at this, the more I think it's kind of wide open. I'm looking at a little bit, maybe the 5. Put a gun to my head and give me the 5. I'm going to make a small little bet on it, which is probably a big mistake, but I'm going to take a little bit on the 5 Burnham. With Manny. It's an overused term, but it kind of fits. It's a little bit of the grass grab bag. A little bit. A little bit. All right, they are off there. Kind of a rough start for a lot of these. I got it. Let's see, move it over here. The one did look like probably the best out of them, but like I said, I would not advocate betting on that one. But it did look wide open to me. So I took a little on the 5, Burhan or Burnham. I don't even know how to say that. Anyways, they're off. I don't even see the 5. No, I don't. Still don't see the 5. Oh, now I see him. He's actually making a little bit of a move, but he's awful far back. So you got the 1 and the 3 there fighting it out, and you got the 7 on the outside. Here comes the 4. Wait for Dennis. He's trying. The 4 is kicking it in, but he's got to catch this long time leading favorite, the 1. And the one looked like he was a little tired in the turn, but then he must have changed leads. I wasn't really watching. It comes in 1-4. It chalks out. I thought the race was a really tough one. I mean, you could, like I said, I thought the 1 probably deserved to be the favorite, but I was far from advocating a bet on that. The 5 looked like he was going to try to make a run in the stretch, and was a little bit, but then really flattened out. And he was running with the 4, and the 4 continued on to snatch second. And the 7 ended up getting third. So I think it ended up being favorite over second favorite over third favorite. And maybe fourth favorite in for fourth. No. Oh, maybe. Yeah. I think that's what happened. I think the super came in A, B, C, D. E. I thought it was a grab bag. It looked tough to me. I guess the moral of the story is if it takes you that long to kind of get to a horse, I think it's just best to pass. Yeah. At least for me. The 4 might have been the best horse because he had to cover way more ground. You know. Indy has got a 1-9 in here. Junior Shadow Boy in the 6-horse field. I think I'll pass this race. It's one great thing about a day like today. There's so many double races today. There's no reason to even force it on a race that's 6-horse with a 1-9 in it. Unless you really don't like the 1-9. And I didn't even look at it hard enough to have an opinion, honestly. No, this horse, Junior Shadow Boy, I had him at 80% chance of winning. So no, that is not advocating a bet. Trust me, a 1-9. That's not my cup of tea, and I don't even think it should be anybody's cup of tea. Anyways, we got our first baseball bet is underway. White Sox. They're the White Sox. Guardians and Astros were my 3 picks, which I posted up in the chat earlier. Where are we? Okay. The Monmouth. So look at Monmouth. That's 7-horse field. Take a quick perusal of this race. Let's see. I mean, the 6 gold stamp looks pretty good in here. But that's the favorite. I guess if you really like the 6, I probably wouldn't talk you off it, but I'm not really talking you into it either. Beyond that, I don't really see too much here. Yeah. To pass on that. Passing on the Monmouth race. What race is that? Race 4 is a pass. I already passed on Indy. Let's go. What's Delaware got? Delaware got some horses finally? Hopefully. I don't know. Let's look. Delaware 5th. I think they got more horses that scratched than there are running today. They got a 6-horse field at Delaware. I'll scan through it real super duper quick. If I see anything that I see as value. Maybe the 2, K-Pause. I think there's a little value there. Maybe the 12. Sell it. Let's go 212 at Delaware. I think Razor's out at Delaware. I thought I saw on Twitter celebrating his pop's birthday. If I read that right. So 212, I would go with at Delaware. Let's see. Next on the docket, we got Colonial race number 5. And then we got Woodbine, race 4. Woodbine hasn't had too big a fields here. Woodbine 4th. Colonial 5th. Colonial 5th. Got 10-horse field. This is a turf race for claimers, kind of cheaper claimers. Let's take a look. I said I kind of shout out the top work rating horses at Colonial. So we have the 1-horse final engagement is the top work rating there. We got the 4-horse Salty One is second work rating. And then the 2 horse, Lady Lena. Let's see, the one horse is currently 14-1. Yeah, I can live with that, I guess. Let's see here. The 4 horse, Salty One. I can't live with 3.5-1 on Salty One. I'm sorry. I don't see that as value. And then the other one, which was the two, the 2 horse. Find that guy. 2 horse, Lady Lena. Yeah, I can see that. That with X-Man, I take a little 2 also. Thing's not updating. Then get this thing to update here. Okay, here we go. It wasn't updating the odds. Okay. Yeah. One. The 1 horse has got definitely some upside here at a Colonial. It's 16-1. I think it's actually going to go higher than that. All right. Oh yeah, definitely, man. Let me know. Hey. And we got Colonial. This is a tough race too, honestly. I don't know if I'm really like sold on any one particular horse here. I did take some one. I took some two. Took some one, took some two. I don't know. Post it up if you got some. If you like something at Colonial, it looks wide open to me again. Uh, I went through the ones that had the higher work rating, which was the one and the two. And they are prices, so maybe I'm just overthinking it. The seven, I think, Set Ablaze has got some upside. I don't much care for the 10. The 11 is pretty legit favorite, but I'm not in the business of taking chalk on Colonial turf racing. You know, I think I think I'll throw a little bit more on the one final engagement. I think that's I think that's where my pricing, is lower than the board. Dennis is going with the 6, huh? Yeah, I had that horse pretty high though. I, but anything's possible. I I had him priced fairly high. All right, they are loading. All right, they are off at Colonial. We got 2 minutes until Woodbine. I did want to take a look at Woodbine real quick though. Even though it's a 5-horse field, which I kind of said I really wasn't gonna look at too much, but yeah, I don't see anything at Woodbine. It's a short field. And it looks chalky. It looks like the 5, probably your winner, but no bet there. Let's go back to Colonial. Let's pick it up. We got the 2-horse leading the way, which we have at Colonial, trying to hold on. It's got some fight here. It's giving away now. Late stretch, deep stretch here. We got the 3, I think, and the 7. Looks like 7 is gonna win. set ablaze, and the 11's rattling up the rail for second. I think I did like the 7th, but I don't think I bet it. I had the 1 and I had the 2 at Colonial. Okay, we got Gulfstream 5th coming up. Let's take a look at that. Then after that, we got Saratoga 5th right after that. And then we go, I think things get better at Woodbine. Looks like the 5th race. I have it marked as a decent betting race. At any rate, let's go over to Gulfstream, take a look at that now. Gulfstream. This is not a prize horse, but I think this horse is actually worth a little bit of a bet as the 1, Belterra. He looks the part. He's got that early speed, which I like on that dirt course. He's on the inside. Kind of winning formula there. I don't mind taking 2-1 if you can grab him at 2-1. It's kind of the odd, kind of a chalkier play that I'll have every once in a while. Not very often I have anything short, generally. But I think this horse is probably worth a bet. I'm not saying load up or anything on him, but I think he deserves a bet with Leonel Reyes on the inside. I think he's fine on a front runner. He the 8 horse was the other one that I was thinking about. Adios, mate. Was the other one. So do a 1-8 exacta box. I'll post that up in the chat. Gulfstream race 5. Oops, race 5. We got the 1 and the 8. 8 more of a stretch runner. The 1's more speed. I think the rails good spot for the 1 horse there. I don't see a ton of speed in here, really. We shall see. Oh, they got out like everyone wanted to get to the lead. The 7 did actually get to the lead. The 1's got a good position on the rail. They look like they're going fast. Oh, they are going fast. 21.79 that first quarter. 7's already feeling it, feeling that hot pace. All right, let's get on over to Saratoga. I'll pick it up when they cross the finish line. One has opened up a bigger lead there. Finished up at 9-5. He's up by about 9 or 10 lengths. Here comes the 8 for round out our exact. 8 ended up going off 4-1, so 9-5 over 4-1. It's not the biggest price in the world. We do cash the exacta, so there's that. Anyways, let's get on over to Saratoga. Smallish field here, about 5-horse field, which is kind of unusual. At Toga. Let's see. I don't I don't mind the 1 Zytos. He's about what I had priced him at, 3-1. So 4-horse. I had him priced around 2-1. Actually a little above 2.2. So kind of on the borderline there too with Sunna. 5-horse. I don't know how to say that, but I had him priced at 80-1. He's currently 15-1, so I didn't see anything there. The 6-horse is currently 7-5. I had him priced at 8-5, so kind of close there. I don't really see anything really too much I'd get to the window with here in the 5-horse field at Saratoga. So I'm a hard pass on the 5th at Saratoga. Let's see, what else do we got on the docket coming up? We got Woodbine coming up. Inner turf. A turf race at Woodbine coming up in 24 minutes. Let's see. I think I'll take a short break here. I don't really see too much in between. I didn't really like the race at Indy, and I didn't really care for the race at Monmouth, both short fields. And then Delaware sixth, another 4-horse field. Then I think after that we're going over to Woodbine. That's the one. That's the next race I wanted to look at. So, and that's in 20 minutes. So I'm gonna get some water, take a bathroom break, and then come back. All right. I don't think I missed anything. There's a bunch of short price or short fields. All right. So we got hold on. Even Colonial short here. Colonial 6 race, not even worth really. It's got a 5-horse field. I think Woodbine is the next one. I was kind of looking forward to this one. Woodbine 5th. Then we got Saratoga. Not that well. 14 minutes past that, or like 10 minutes after that. Oh, and then we got Woodbine. We got Woodbine, Gulfstream, and then Saratoga. Well, it look like they have some betting opportunities there. Like I said, I'm going to go until the 7th at Woodbine. 7th at Saratoga, sorry. All right. Let's look at Woodbine. We'll keep it rolling. I wanted to mention. I think I've mentioned this before. Ed DeRosa on Twitter. It's a great follow. He was talking about the end of TVG or FanDuel television network. And he brought up some good points, I thought, about handle on these night tracks when they just play music in between the races or they actually have a host. These tracks have like 30 or 40% more handle on the nights where they have an actual person. It doesn't seem to matter who the person is, really, that's doing the handicapping. And I think one of the points is a lot of us, not so much me because I was already into racing in 1999 when TVG came on, but maybe started even like getting excited about racing or have some interest in racing, because of TVG. But when they sold it to FanDuel tried to turn it into a sports network, and they spent a bunch of money on those early morning hosts, and that's what really cost them, according to Dave Weaver. They've since gotten rid of all the early morning hosts. It's early morning on the West Coast, at least. But it's going to end soon, I think, on Breeders' Cup weekend. I think it's the last weekend of TVG or FanDuel, whatever you want to call it. It's kind of sad, even though I don't really use it that much anymore. But before you could stream everything, off of your ADW, which I guess was like 25 years ago when they first started the network. It's kind of what you had. But I didn't love all the hosts, to be honest with you. As a matter of fact, most of the time I had the sound off, to be honest, when I watched TVG. But anyways, um, let's take a look at Woodbine. God, this thing jumps around a lot. They're going in the gate. They're closing in on the gate here. Why is that not? Okay. I do like this 3, some Nantucket today at Woodbine. Definitely going to put some straight win money on them. I also like the 7. They're off there. All right. I took the 3, and I got shut out on the 7. Then we got Gulfstream 6 coming up. I'll call the stretch when they come across at Woodbine. Damn. All right, 3. Can you catch them, 3? Let's get them, 3. On Nantucket. It's got to get by the 5. Get up, 3. Get up, 3. Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. Maybe. I don't know. What you guys think? 3 got there at Woodbine? Nantucket? Hope so. 24-1. There we go. Good job, Bruce. I'm trying to see if I've got anything at Gulfstream. I don't know if I do. Gulfstream race 6. Did cash there though at Woodbine. I told you I like that race. Sometimes you like it and it chalks out, but I think the 3 got there, right? I should probably double check. Yes. So we got fish on top, 24-1. Nantucket today. Gulfstream. I think I'm just gonna pass on this Gulfstream race. Yeah, I mean, you can make an argument for the 2 or 3 there at Gulfstream, but yeah, you actually make a decent argument for 2 and 3 at Gulfstream. I think I'll pass. 2 or 3. I don't like this 5. The 5, I don't get 9 to 5. There's a lot of things I don't get in life. I don't get like why Judge Judy's popular, and I don't get why this 5 is 9 to 5. And I don't get why kombucha is popular. That's the this is the worst. All right, the 7's busted out on the lead. Let's see if I save money here because I was thinking about taking the 2 or the 3 at Gulfstream. I tell you what, the 7. Well, it's 5 furlongs. I was going to say the 21.36 first quarter was pretty hot, but for 5 furlongs, that's not so crazy. Plus, he's just gliding out there. He's going to crush him. Looks like 7-5 final at Gulfstream. 7-5-3 at Gulfstream. Yeah, save money there. We got short time here for Saratoga. Here's a race. The Saratoga race is very interesting. We got first timers in here. A lot of moving parts, literally. Lady Azul, I do like. I'm not gonna lie, I do like this horse. With Dexter Haddock. Dexter does not ride here on the regular. He rides at Philly Park. He's not a terrible jockey. He's not elite either. But I'm gonna take the 10. Another long shot. We got 2 minutes. Let's see who else do I like here. Let's I got a small lean on the 2. Call Me Rosie. And then we got the 6 horse, Uptown Rosie. I got a buddy that loves to bet like those 2 with the common names like that. He thinks that's it. That's the greatest thing ever. Yeah. Okay. And then the 7 horse I really do actually like. The 2 and the 6 are more leans. My 2 bets really are the 10 and the 7. 10 and 7 at Saratoga. I will play that in exacta. Might play another little exacta with those other leans on the bottom. Excuse me. I will post it all up on the chat. In the chat. 10 and the 7. My main exactas there. 10, 7. I'll post that here. And then we will go ten, 7, and then the other two rosies, the 2 and the 6 underneath. And I'll post that. Ooh. Barely got that in. The win bet. All right, we are off and rolling at Saratoga. The next after this one, we got Indy Race 7 coming up. Got the 13, it looks like, on the outside, taking over the lead in the stretch on a long shot. 7 is fighting back, though. 7, 13. Here comes the 9. A bomb. Beautiful Carly. Gonna cruise on by at 35-1, I believe. Yeah, 35-1. With Ricardo Santana Jr. Horacio Da Paz trains. Oh, we were looking so good there. But then the 9 erupted. I didn't have any 9. Anybody have any 9? Anybody have any 9? Thanks, Wally. Yeah, that's how you turn it around. Yep. Oh, yeah, 5-3. Oh no, that is gross. That's, yeah. I'll make it growl. Long shots are starting to flow a little bit. I just had the one of them. I didn't have this 9. I had the 7, and I think I might have had the 10, right? Close to it. Yeah. Shit. I had second and third, and I had no 9. Damn. But the 9 just crushed them. Mm-hmm. We got Indy race 7 coming up. Let's see, Delaware 7th got any horses? No. 4 horses in there. I'm serious. I think they had more horses scratched than run at Delaware. I think it might be a record. And then Monmouth has a 6-horse field. Yeah, they did turn around my day, Bruce. Not that I was that buried or anything. I just did a. Yeah, yeah. Right? I mean, everything's set up for him, everything with the pace. I really wasn't following him, but like, I was like, oh, because I was looking at the horses that I had, which were, I think, the 7 and the 10, right? Yeah, the 7 and the 10 were our 2 keys. And they were right up there. They ran second and third, but no 9. All right. Okay, so we got Indy race 7. Take a look at that. Indy race 7. I don't know. This 3, Itengi. I do like him a little bit. The 3 at Indy race 7. Uh, I I like it to a degree. Not in love with it, but I think it's worth a bet. The 3-horse there. Mm. The nine looks better than 3.5 because I had him handicapped at basically 3-1. Actually, I had him bet. I actually had him handicapped at 2.7. After I factored in everything. Liam's charge. But it's a little chalky. I could understand why you really wouldn't want to do that. Like I said, I think the 3, Itengi. I'm sure that's not how you pronounce it, but looks all right. Got a big night in UFC. Saw the guys did some handicapping earlier on in the week. I believe it's members only. My problem is I'm a member on Kick. What did you have? I had second and third. Well, I did not have that 9. I mean, I wish. I had the 7 and the 10. I posted it up here in the chat if you want to take a look. Yeah. As Dennis would say, gross. It was gross. It's all right though. I mean, here's the thing, and I said this before: if you're getting tough beats, you're probably on the right track. Because if you're just getting your ass whooped, you know what I mean? You're not close. So so if you're getting like really rough beats, and this goes for sports also, then you're probably on the right track. That's what I say. If you have like the right horses, you don't have the right combo. I think that's you know. So my barber, my barber is his name is Gas Station Sushi. So yeah, that's the name. Sometimes my wife helps me, but mostly it's just me. They are loading up at the 7th at Horseshoe. Indy. Their big day, their Indiana Derby day, I guess. This is a stakes race here. Hoosier Breeders Sophomore Handicap. I didn't even mess around with Delaware 7th. I got Monmouth 3, 4, 5. You got 6 horses there. I mean, did they get rain or something? Is that what's going on there at Monmouth? Is that why everybody scratched? Because last week they had great fields. Monmouth. One thing I would say about Monmouth, though, they kind of fight for the same horses as Parks. So if you ask me, if one's closed, the other one should be, or if one's open, the other one should be closed. All right, they are off at Monmouth. And then we got Colonial after that. And I did want to. This is the next race that had 8 or more in it. That I said I'd shout out the work ratings for there. It seemed to be profitable over a long period of time, like 7 years. And catch one of those bombers. Okay, Colonial race number 7. Okay, so the one close the gate is the top work rating. The 8 is the second top in work rating. Both of those are the chalks. And the 2 horse is third. GQ GQ worthy. The 2. And I could see the 2. I would say 2 is a bet for sure. GQ worthy. So let's go with the 2 at Colonial. GQ worthy for sure. Yeah, yeah, definitely, man. It's actually, a matter of fact, sometimes you hit one and you're good for the week. Let's see here. I just mean like maybe like a win and exact. I've had some exacta 4 figures for $1 on some of these shows. Or one year, it's been a while, but at Oakland, we had a double, like $1 double. That paid wasn't quite 5 figures, but it was close. All right, let's take a look at Colonial. Like I said, I'm on the 2 GQ worthy. The other one I kind of like is the 6 a little bit at Colonial. Actually, I'm gonna post up an exacta. I'm gonna go 2 2 6 exacta. 2 6 exacta. All right, they're loading at Colonial race 7. Gulfstream 7th is kind of a crappy race. We got 5 horses in there. Then you got Woodbine race 6. That's a decent betting race. Woodbine. Top manipulator, the 3. Okay. I had the 2 and the 6. The 2 is the dead last, I think. I got the 1 and the 5 going down to the wire. 1 5 1 5 1 5 5 1 5 1 5 1 at Colonial. Thought about the 5 a little bit, but I still wouldn't have got it because I needed the 2 or what else did I have? 2 or 6. I needed the 2 or 6 with it, so. But the 5 went off. It shows here 7 to 1. I'm not sure if that's updated. It does seem like the odds are a little laggy today. They're not updating. You have to like actually push the refresh screen to get them to update. They're loading at Woodbine. I wanted to kind of go through that race, but I'm out of time. My prospects were the 5 and the 6. I don't know. I didn't really get to price them. Let's see. Yeah, I would love to bet the 5 for sure. Twist and Pistons. If I can get down on it. I got in. I got a win bet on the 5. Twist and Pistons. Thought about the 6. I don't see anything wrong with them too much. It's a little underpriced, but still, I'll take them. Yeah, I got shut out. I got shut out on the 6. And next we got Saratoga 7th. And that is going to do it for me for today. Gilly will be in tomorrow, from what I hear. So what else do we have? Indy. I got to figure this out for my own self. Okay, so Indy. We got time for Indy. Okay, they are running at Woodbine. The 6, which I did like, but I got shut out on, is running on the lead. Here comes the 8, like a shot. 6-5 favorite. It's going to take over the lead and is drawing off. The 6 has actually got a little fight, but it appears the 8 got the jump on him and it's gone. 8 ran lights out here, man. Talent show. He's a completely higher class than the rest of these. Slap dicks. Crushed him. 8, dude. Let's see. Indy 12. Mm, I guess Saratoga 7th. That's gonna be the last one. I'll go through that one for sure. There you go. The two comes in 246 at Gulfstream Race 7. 246 Gulfstream Race 7. All right, Saratoga 7th. Let's go through it here. I can tell you I like the one, Starship Titan. I do like that one. I like him. I like the two also. I like unit economics. I don't I don't like the three too much. Yinzer, that was kind of what the original one I was looking at there. It's working well. It is kind of a shorter price though. It's 3-1 right now. I had him priced right around 3. Projections off the double on DRF say that it's probably 3 is probably going to go off at 3.5-1. That would be acceptable on Yinzer. The 5, I had him priced at 40. He's currently 10. The 6 horse Daunt, currently 17-1. I had him priced at 200-1. The 7 horse Candy Town, currently 5-1. I had him priced at 11. 8 horse Plensa, currently 6-1. I had him priced at 11-1. And Ranger Battalion, I had this horse price at 250 to 1. That's about all I need to say on that. So I like the 1. I do like the 4. Uh, Yinzer, I think. I go 1-4-4-1. I'm most definitely gonna play an exacta there. So I will post that up in the chat. 1-4 at Toga. Okay. And that's going to be about it for me today. I will be back next Saturday. Gilly will be on tomorrow morning, or morning for me. And we will see you then. And that's going to do it for to me. I appreciate everybody coming in. Wally, Aggie, Woke, Bruce. That Don Johnson in here earlier. Who else am I missing? Wally, good luck on the NASCAR bets. We had Dennis Garcia in here, a Canadian national treasure. And Steve G was in here earlier. And I think that'll do it. So everybody have a great Saturday. And if you continue on wagering, good luck to y'all.